All right. We are in. Happy Friday, boys, girls, and everyone in between. The work week is finally over, and now we can just chill and draw. We are a studio created by artists for artists, and in our sessions, we talk about anything that crosses our mind while creating human art. I am Esso, and with me is the co creator and motivator, Miss Lily.
Hello, guys. Welcome back.
Welcome back, welcome back. See, so today we are taking a free drawing day. This is we pretty much want to try to take these about every other week after a art challenge, so we don't burn ourselves or the audience out. And it's pretty much a day where we can draw whatever tickles our creative pickle. So, what have you decided to draw tonight?
I'm just gonna continue with my piece from last week.
Okay.
I really want to color it. I haven't been able to have time to do that, so I'm gonna finish that up and then I'm gonna draw. I don't know. We're gonna figure it out
We're
if
gonna
it
figure
gets
it
to
out
that.
as we go. I would really love to see what you do with the coloring on that piece because the line work was so good. It'd be really cool to see what you do from here. Um, I think today what I want to do is I want to let's see. I want to you know what? I got it. I want to celebrate the first month of Black History Month by drawing my favorite black comic book character. Hell yeah, let's do that. I am going to be drawing Spawn today. You know
Okay.
anything about the comic book character Spawn, or anything maybe from his
No,
movies or animated show or anything like that?
I think I've only seen a clip from the movie,
Uh
and that's it. I don't know anything
huh.
about the
Too much
character
about
except for
him.
that other than that, he looks pretty cool.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's like full on '90s edge.
Mhm.
But he was a really cool character to me as a kid, and because I grew up in such a religious household, I remember reading his comics behind my parents' back. I would like borrow the comics from other kids in high school. Um, and because it had a lot to deal with like battles between heaven and hell and demons and all the things that my parents would have utterly grounded me for, right? So
Mhm.
so I would only read the comics at high school, and at one time I even had the number one issue that I traded with another fellow comic book nerd from high school, and if I would have kept it and not had thrown it away, which the only reason I threw it away because I was afraid that my parents were going to catch me at the time.
Oh, no.
You know
That
how much that
sucks.
thing would have been worth right now? Oh my god, to this day I
Maybe
think
it's
about that.
best to not think about it.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't.
Yeah.
um, but before we get into that, let's do a little bit of housekeeping. First, I want to say, what's up, Mark, in chat? Thank you for joining us, man. We always appreciate that you're here.
Hey,
If
Mark.
you are watching the stream, please join us in chat, like our friend Mark has. It lets YouTube and Twitch know that you are here and counted. If you're a first time watcher on Twitch, um, feel free to hit that follow button. And if you're watching us over on YouTube, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that little bell so you'll know next time that we're on. Other than that, please check out chat. I have links over to Miss Lily's social media accounts on Instagram and TikTok. She is at Lily Lilac Draws, all one word. And then I also have links to the studio's link spree, where you can find all of our social medias, our store, well, our soon to be store, and pretty much where you can find clips and more artwork. Um, Other than that, I guess so. We can go ahead and transition to the next scene here so we can see our screens. Here we go. And let's get started. Um, all right. I've been pulling up like different references of Spawn from like the early 2000s movie and from the comic book. Just trying to
Mhm.
remember how he looks cuz doing it from memory is it would be a little bit tough. He would look a little bit too much like Deadpool if I did it from memory. Or at least in my head. You know, we need to do that challenge soon. I would really like us to tackle like a popular
Oh,
character.
drawing from memory.
Yeah, drawing from memory. I would like to see like how 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 much we messed that up. Cuz that's half the fun, right? Um
Yeah.
Other than that, anything happened to you this past week? Anything fun? Anything that you watched, saw, experienced?
Yesterday I managed to catch Iron Lung by
Nice.
Markiplier yesterday night,
Awesome, awesome.
and
Can
it
you
is pretty
explain
good.
who Markiplier is to anybody who may not know? Which there's
Okay,
not very many, but
if you're living under a rock or just don't go on YouTube
mm-hmm.
at all, which I am surprised that people don't ever come across this guy's content at all on
Yeah,
YouTube.
right? How do you not?
I mean, you'd be surprised what kind of things people watch on YouTube that isn't video game related. Um,
Yeah, yeah, very
which,
true.
yeah, I know that there's that type of content on YouTube, but I don't know, like video gaming content on YouTube was such a big thing
Yeah, I mean,
at some point. So
even
I
if
don't
you're
know.
not even if you're not into like watching any of his playthroughs or video game reviews, I was introduced to Markiplier through his reaction videos, like his like the
Oh
ones that
yeah,
were the ones that were like first fed to me through my feed were his try not to laugh videos. I fucking love those things.
I forgot there was a time that they just weren't. I mean, they did Let's Plays at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I remember those too. So obviously that you'd have to find him out or any other gaming channel out by that anyway. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's aside the point. He's a YouTuber. He started out as a YouTuber. Oh my gosh, a while ago, more than
Yeah,
10
like
years ago.
early 2010s, maybe even a little bit
Yeah,
before then. Yeah.
and I've watched him not from the very beginning, but I caught him very early on. I'm a not a huge fan, like diehard. Oh my gosh, Markiplier. I used to be, but right now I think I'm more of a casual fan. But I'm like really proud to have seen him come this far. He's been interested in doing film projects before. He's done a few. They've released on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
and now he's finally managed to have a theatrical release of one of his films, which is really like it's like watching your kid grow up in a way.
Yeah, yeah,
Or not even your kid. It like your friend
yeah. Like your friend who would that
um
you would watch.
accomplishing something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that they've talked about, and then now you get to see them do it, and now you're just really happy that they've come this far. Yeah, so the movie is really good. I don't know if the general audience will like it, just because of the way it's done. So the movie itself only has one set piece, meaning it only takes place in one little room. That's it.
Right.
Um,
Right. because the
Yeah.
indie game that it's based off of only takes place in one setting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is really interesting that it does that. He did a good job making the film pretty compelling, even though it takes place in that one spot.
Mm-hmm.
I think at least. Um, if you've seen the game, it's pretty cut and dry. You're this convict who is in a ship, submarine called the Iron Lung. That's why the game is called Iron Lung. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you're just traversing this blood ocean. That's the start of the game. It takes place in a blood ocean. You don't get to see what's in the blood ocean because you wouldn't be able to see through a blood ocean. So
True.
how you're going through it is just in this submarine with a camera. The submarine can like shoot camera footage of the exterior of the ship. What you're
Um.
trying to find, you don't know. Um, uh, they the people who put you in the ship say you're trying to find resources,
Mm-hmm.
but you think as the player that you're just there to die because you're a convict. Like, yeah, they promised you release, but obviously you're not coming back. Like, it's that
That's
type of.
that's the claustrophobia inducing feeling, huh?
Oh yeah, mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Which adds to the horror. Like, I think, um, just imagine it's like being buried alive, but
Oof.
I don't know.
So
Like,
so this is more or less like a psychological thriller as opposed to like a jump scare horror movie.
oh yeah, definitely.
Oh
There
man, I would
aren't,
love to watch
yeah,
that. Yeah.
there aren't jump scares in the movie. Which love that. It would have been so easy for him to do something like that
Right.
because there are, like you said, there are some psychological events that happen in the film.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're basically trapped in this room by yourself.
Right.
Um, so your mind can play tricks on you, which, spoiler alert, it does to the character. Needless to say,
Yeah. Yeah.
if it didn't happen, the film would be kind of boring. But
Right. You just be staring at a dude in a sub the entire
yeah.
time. Yeah.
So yeah, I do like what he does with the film in terms of the set piece being just one location. He adds a lot more to the story that wasn't in the video game, so
But he's
it's
also working
definitely.
very closely with the creator of the original game, so it would make sense
Oh
that
yeah,
he'd probably be getting some inside baseball on the game itself.
yeah.
Yeah.
So he got in touch with the person who made the game, and he's credited the excuse me, the person who created the game is um credited as the writer of the a part writer of the
Mm-hmm.
film. Because he made the game. So I think in one interview, Markiplier was explaining that yeah, he would just give some ideas that would come to his mind to the creator,
Mm-hmm.
and they would like walk through. Okay, how can this go into the movie?
Okay.
So yeah.
I see what you mean. That's
Mm.
pretty awesome. Everything I haven't seen the movie myself yet. I want to. I don't know if I'm gonna get a chance to see it in theaters. But God, I wish I could, because I'm not a terrible fan of like jump scare horror movies, but I love psychological thrillers.
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds like it's right up my alley. But
Yeah, this
everything
sounds
that
fun.
I've been reading about the game, and the movie itself, has been pretty awesome. I think we were talking about it a little bit earlier. You said that he spent roughly around 3 million to make the movie, right?
Yeah, that was his budget. Um, he what's the word? Financed
Yeah,
it. He funded it
self-financed.
himself
Mm-hmm.
from his own pocket, which is, pretty cool.
Yeah,
Like
that's
that's
awesome.
not something to sneeze at. Like 3 million, yeah, that's pennies compared to other films, but that's not pennies in itself. So
Mm-hmm.
big kudos. Yeah, he did make it to the top number one on debut day.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was watching it, of course, being being excited for his own property,
Right.
just watching the charts. And then on Saturday, they had just removed his film from reporting, like on the charts.
I saw
And
that. It was like the
yeah,
Forbes box office charts like removed him on like the second or third day. Was it the second day?
hmm it was Saturday. Yeah, the second day.
Oh
It's
man, like
crazy.
the biggest day that your movie could be making money and you're over here erasing him off the charts. That
Yeah.
sucks. Oh my god.
Um,
That had to have given
but
him a
I
heart attack.
yeah, but he he was just like, "Well, I have footage of me seeing it on the charts, so I know it's supposed to be there.
Mhm.
So this is funny." Um, and then they brought it back, I think, because people were like, "Hey, wait a minute, this isn't right. Like, what are you guys doing?" Um, so yeah, I really, really good, glad to see that it was top performing when it released.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it was it was beating out Send Help, the Sam Raimi movie, the another
Mm-hmm.
horror that came out roughly around the same time. I was looking at the numbers earlier, and what they ended up saying was that the box office weekend for that movie was, let's see, it made $18.2 million, and it was only projected to make 9 to 10 million, so it overperformed by double what they were expecting for it to make. And of course, it way outnumbered how much he spent on the movie, and that's because he didn't even really like have a gigantic marketing team behind this, right? It was just pretty much him getting awareness of the movie through his fan base and YouTube.
Oh, Markiplier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which I think it's freaking awesome. It's kind of showing what the pretty much what you can do through social media at this point, right?
Mhm.
It's
And just
awesome.
having, like, a dedicated fan base, like, it definitely helps that he is always been, like, a wholesome content creator, like, he's always been just a pretty nice guy to follow who has a great character, so obviously his fan base would show up in droves to watch his property.
Right, right.
Mhm.
Oh, Duck is in chat. Thanks for joining us, man.
Oh.
It's another good free drawing day. We can pretty much work on whatever we want. I'm trying to see why my lines are not showing up, even though I can see it on my screen. But I'll figure that out as I go. um, but yeah, what I've been seeing as far as what critics have been saying about the movie, um, through the algorithm on Rotten Tomatoes, it's sitting roughly at around a 54%, which means that it's is still considered fresh, but it's it looks as if the critics who have watched it, they either really liked it or they really didn't like it. It was kind of middle ground for a good majority of them. Um, but even if the critics don't completely appreciate it, the audience score is incredibly high. Um, a part of me wonders whether or not this is like a um, a result of Markiplier's fan base, right? Because his fan base is gigantic, and whether or not, if you can get your fan base to get behind your projects, they can get the word out pretty quickly, as we saw with all the marketing for the movie. Um, but I mean, most of the reviews that I'm seeing through various pop culture and websites have been talking about how much they like it. So I I want to see it. I think one way or the other, I want to check it out.
Yeah, he did say it's not going to be in theaters next weekend.
Okay.
So it looks like this week is going to be its last run. But I'm sure he's gonna put it on YouTube.
Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure he'll either put it on YouTube or he'll find some sort of streaming distributor. Which YouTube would be dumb not to pick it up for their streaming service.
I'm
Which
sure
which is
he
what,
can
like
figure it
YouTube
out.
TV? Does YouTube TV normally carry movies?
YouTube TV? There's a
Yeah.
YouTube TV?
Doesn't YouTube have a subscription service? Am I wrong in thinking this?
YouTube has a streaming service?
Ah, dude. I'm gonna feel
Okay, I
really
have no
dumb if
idea
that's not true.
because because I know because you can watch movies on YouTube.
Yeah.
You just have to buy them or rent them.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know
true.
about streaming them. This is the first
Uh,
I've heard of it.
let's see. So you got YouTube, yeah, YouTube TV, YouTube Premium, and then of course they got YouTube Music. So YouTube has
Yeah,
its own, huh?
I know about those two.
Oh,
YouTube Music and
and YouTube
YouTube
Premium.
the other thing.
I wonder if
Yeah.
YouTube TV. I could have swore that there was a number of YouTube creators that kind of transferred over to YouTube TV, hoping that that was going to be. Oh, let's see. Mark is saying YouTube TV is basically live TV. I see. So it's not
Okay.
like a streaming service where you can access exclusive content.
I mean, it streams live TV, so it's still
Yeah,
streaming.
but maybe just not
It's just
exclusive content, right?
it's just like cable.
I see. That's why it was so expensive.
Interesting.
But the so yeah, that'd be really cool if he would release it via YouTube. There was another influencer, or I'm sorry, YouTuber that I watched, named Giguk, and he was like an anime reviewer for the longest, and then eventually he ended up creating his own anime called Bon. It's like a 30-minute short, and he released that one on YouTube. Um, and I was watching that one throughout its entire run, like the creative process, and the stuff that he posted for it. And he was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna make any money or much money by releasing it on YouTube," but he cared more about getting the 30-minute short film out rather than capitalizing on it that much. So I wonder if it's gonna be one of those things where Markiplier might do the same. Although,
Yeah. He
yeah,
definitely didn't care about it making money at all.
yeah, it seemed like a
He said,
passion project of his.
yeah, whatever extra money he's making, he said he would give it as bonuses to his team
Nice.
and yeah, just everyone. And then, you know, uh I don't remember what else he said about the extra stuff, but yeah, he genuinely just wanted to do this for the love of making something, you
That's
know.
awesome, man.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like that. I hope he really does kind of um puts it on YouTube. I think if he can pay back the community um that essentially carried him to where he's at, man. That'd be so freaking cool.
Yeah.
I think I would
Yeah.
respect him even more. I mean, the fact that he was able just to do this alone, I really love seeing. I really love to see small creators kind of like achieve, eventually achieve, their creative goals. It's so cool seeing that, and I love these social media platforms that pretty much allow us to do that. I think I'd love to see it because I wish it for myself, but at the same time, it's like it's inspiring to see that happen. Like
Hmm.
it fills my heart with the warm and fuzzies.
Definitely.
Right. Let's see what else has happened in this past week. Oh man, I almost forgot. Have you seen the trailer uh to the new Ghost in the Shell anime that's going to be coming out soon?
No,
All right, so
I
first
didn't know
off,
there was.
are
Hmm.
you were you a fan of the original manga?
I've never um so much as watched the movie that came out for Ghost in the Shell. I
The
have
live
no
action one?
idea of anything. Yeah, I
Oh
don't know
man.
anything about the film.
So you never watched any of the anime well, any of the multiple anime series that are out there either?
Mm-mm.
Oh, dude. Okay, so Ghost in the Shell. I've been a fan of it since since I watched the original movie back in I don't know. This had to have been maybe early 2000s, somewhere around there. I would probably put it around 2002, somewhere around there. Yeah, I'm sure most oh man, Mark hasn't seen it either. Okay, so all right, small history lesson here, folks. This is Ghost of the Shell is probably one of the original Big Tent anime movies that existed. I don't know. I'd have to say the anime series originally came out in 1995, if I'm not mistaken. So you know, it's one of the OGs. Um, I think as a kid, if you didn't watch Akira, Ghost in the Shell, or um, Neon Genesis Evangelion, you weren't really considered a real anime fan back in the day. um, but essentially, what Ghost in the Shell, the original movie that came out in '95, it's essentially about a. Let's see, do we consider? Oh, well, what do you consider a individual who has a human brain but is in a robot body? Is that an android or a cyborg? I think a cyborg means
Um,
that it's organic material and technology merged, and an android
yeah,
is yeah. Okay, so probably android
an
is the best
android
way.
is a humanoid.
Yeah, a
Is a
humanoid
humanoid
robot, right?
robot.
So I guess you
Yeah.
would consider her an android, only that she comes from a future where you can transplant a brain into a robot body and essentially continue to live life. And she is a police officer within this future world. Um, and while she is working for a special unit, they pretty much investigate technological crimes or cyber crimes, as they say in the anime. And she is investigating a hacker who is accessing other androids within society and committing various crimes. And the deeper that she digs into this case, she ends up learning that the hacker isn't really a hacker, but a sentient form of AI that she's chasing down. So you know, this is a movie that kind of hypothesized what AI would be like in the future that we live in now. um,
Mm.
but the original movie was groundbreaking for what it was. Um, it it diverted pretty. I wouldn't say heavily, but it diverted a lot from the original manga created by let's see, Masamune Shiro. The manga that he created back in like 1989. Golly, that was a while back. Um, and but the movie was great. After the movie, it spawned like a oh, okay, it says that she's a cyborg. That makes sense because her brain is human, but the body is an android,
Yeah, I
is
was gonna
robotic.
say, yeah, if the brain is still a organic component, then she's technically a
She's
cyborg.
technically a cyborg. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, after the movie, they had a number of spin-off animes that came
Mm.
from the original movie, and it looks like I think there's like, if I were to put a number on it, maybe 10 anime series out there. There is a lot. Um,
Mm.
but they are creating a new series that is going to be produced by Studio Science Saru. Are you familiar
Oh,
with
okay.
them?
Yeah, they're the ones who did the new, what's this called? Scott Pilgrim
Yeah.
animated
Mm-hmm.
short series that came out, and then they also do Don Da Don.
Exactly. Exactly. So
Mm.
they're going to be helming this new series. Um, the trailer recently came out, and what I love about the trailer and what makes it stand out from all the other series that have come out before it is that it looks and takes its design cues heavily from the original manga. Whereas all the previous series that have come out kind of took all of their design cues from the movie. Um, but let me see if I can pull it up real quick so we can take a look at the trailer and see what it looks like, y'all. Let's see. Here we go. Give me 1 second here. Okay. Gonna pull it up right now. Huh. Hold on. Having slight technical difficulties, but that's okay. I can fix this. Let's see. Let's do a window capture. The window to capture. Oh no, it's not capturing it. Oh crap. I'm gonna have to pull it up later. Or, and let me try this little trick. OBS really likes messing around sometimes and acting like it doesn't want to do what I want it to do. But if you strong arm it just enough, like right now, ha ha ha. All right, take that, OBS. Let's see. Here, I gotta adjust the window now, though. Here we go. Let's minimize the window just a little bit so it's not covering us up too much. There we go. Okay. Now I've got it. Let me just set the audio here. Unmute the audio. And here we go. There we are. Were you able to hear the audio okay?
Yeah, it was good.
But yeah, the artwork looks a lot like the original manga, and it makes me wonder if they're gonna actually follow the manga exactly this time around, and kind of change
Okay.
the major's personality to match the manga as well. Because in the movie and in the following series, um, the major's personality was changed a lot. They made her a lot more melancholy, a lot more serious, as opposed to the way she was in the manga, which in the manga she was definitely highly skilled at what she did, and she was definitely a professional and a hard ass, but she was like kind of a fun loving hard ass. A little bit
Mm.
more easygoing. And I hope they kind of translate that in the coming adaptation. But otherwise, the artwork looks freaking sick. I love it.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what Studio Silent Saru does with it, because I mean, judging by what they've done with Dandaran, and I didn't even know that they actually worked on Devilman Crybaby too, which was a
Oh
really
yeah,
good.
they've done a lot of projects. Like
Mm-hmm.
I think each one of them has pretty much hit it out of the ballpark, at least for me. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do with
Yeah,
this property.
yeah, it looks awesome. I can't wait to see what they
Mm.
do with it. Um, Other than that, let's see here. What else happened in the past week? It looks like Adobe almost terminated their Animate program, or formerly known as Flash.
I thought they did get
Yeah,
rid of Flash
well,
and then they released Animate in its place.
yeah. So essentially, it used to, well, what they did is that they kind of took the building blocks of Flash and then turned that into, or rebranded it as the Anime project, because
Okay.
Flash wasn't originally Adobe's. I think they bought it from, who the hell used to own or develop Flash originally. I remember somebody else developed Flash originally. Adobe bought it, and then they just rebranded the program and added and took away a few things. But a lot of animators still used the program. So whenever they heard that the program was going to be terminated, the backlash that went after Adobe was insane.
For
I,
for Animate?
yeah, for Animate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Um it was crazy in I saw I saw the initial not the email because I'm not with Adobe anymore
Mm-hmm.
for like almost a year. Um but I saw another creator posting about it and being like, "What the heck, man?" And basically, yeah, all of the internet was just like, "How could you do this? Like
Mm-hmm.
you guys are unfortunately the industry standard.
Yeah.
So we have been using this program for 20 plus years or whatever.
God don't I know it.
Um, so how could you do this? Like, and I don't know if it was released officially for why they did it, but a lot of people speculate it's because they wanted to focus more on their AI generative properties um in their other programs.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
Which isn't unheard of. I wouldn't be surprised if that it really was the reason why, but it is disappointing because it's like, do you not really do you not? There's no way you don't see how many people use your
I
program.
don't know, man. I don't know. Like
There's no way.
we wouldn't, for any of the OGs out there, we wouldn't have Newgrounds if not for Flash. and
Mhm.
Adobe, well, what eventually became Adobe Animate, right? Like a lot of
Mhm.
animators got their start on programs like that in websites like that. So it's like the fact that they were even thinking about getting rid of it, it's like you said, I can only assume it's because they wanted to replace it with something else that better aligns with their new AI programming out there. Oh, dude, like Mark says, I wasted hours on Newgrounds too. But yeah, man, like I'm surprised. Well, I guess I should say I'm not very surprised Adobe would be doing that. I'm glad that Adobe was bullied into not terminating it after all. But it just goes to show how strong the art community's voice can be whenever we get behind something. That's for sure, and we push back because yeah, man, it
Yeah.
Adobe is really they've fallen pretty hard. Yeah, yeah, like Mart
Like
said.
I'm I wouldn't be so I also wouldn't be surprised if their subscription has fallen
Mm-hmm.
since the implementation of their AI like generative stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like there had to be a dent somewhere, and then just the backlash of everybody going ballistic over this. They just can't afford to do that.
Yeah,
Like I don't know. Ugh.
like it doesn't make
So
sense. It doesn't make sense in the
like
slightest.
I'm still sad that they still implement the AI stuff
Yeah.
into their creative suite.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Well, it's the
I
reason why I
still,
ended up leaving it.
mhm.
My God.
So
But yeah,
so
yeah.
kudos internet. You bullied another corporation.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, good job. We did it.
Good job. Speaking of internet bullying, I received a little bit directed towards me. Not too much, but a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so the last illustration that we worked on for the free drawing day was the I was working on that. Oh no, it wasn't the free drawing day. It was the style experimentation day, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
And I was working on my Wolverine versus Ice illustration, and whenever I finished it and I had the speed paint created, I uploaded it to all of the socials like normal on Wednesday. Um, and then what followed once I uploaded it to Facebook was insane, man.
Mhm.
um, so as of today, um, well, let me go back a little bit. So I originally uploaded the artwork to a X-Men group page on Facebook. I tried to upload to a good majority of all of the socials out there except for Twitter. Um,
Mhm.
but my Facebook page is probably the oldest, right? So I try to keep up with that as much as possible, even though for the most part Facebook has become a kind of a conservative hellhole for me. I don't know if
Mm.
that's because I don't know if that's because that I have too much family on there, but so I uploaded the illustration onto a couple of X-Men fan site or fan groups that I'm a part
Mhm.
of, right? Because I like getting X-Men movie updates and what's happening in the comic books and the various fan art that people put up, right? So I put up this piece of art, not expecting too much because people put up fan art of the X-Men all the time, and this thing within a day blew up. And as of right now, it has roughly around like 5.3 thousand reactions, um, the scary part is the 2.3 thousand comments, and it's been shared over like 400 and something, over 450 shares all across Facebook, and its subsequent sister websites like Instagram and Threads. So
Mm.
just the man, how do I get into what happened there, right? So originally, this Facebook group, it's anybody who's a fan of the X-Men. If you're not a fan of diversity or a fan of 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 or I'm sorry, not a fan, but against discrimination of minorities. And if you're not a fan of coexistence amongst a diverse group of people and characters, I don't know how you're an X-Men fan in all reality. I'm
Mhm.
assuming that if you don't like any of those things, really any kind of progressive ideals, um, if you're not a fan of any of those and you still like the X-Men, I'm assuming you're only watching the X-Men for the pretty colors and flashing lights, right? Because I don't know how you're not getting those progressive messages out of the X-Men.
Mhm.
Um, so uh, the illustration very quickly moved outside of the X-Men fan group, and it made its way to conservative users and conservative groups out there, and that's where the insane theories of where Wolverine would align himself and where the X-Men stand politically just went completely awry.
Mhm.
I swear, man, I don't know how people will take a character like Wolverine and assume that he would be like pro fascism or pro authoritarianism, right?
Well, so I did read a few of the comments,
Mm-hmm.
just skimmed s slightly through. I didn't have to go far
Yeah,
to
yeah.
I didn't have to scroll that much to see just an array of reactions, like people applauding it, and then to people being like, "Yeah, no, Wolverine wouldn't do that." I saw a comment of this guy being like, "Oh, this is the same Wolverine who went to live on an island where it was just mutants,
Mm-hmm.
and fought for that exclusivity."
Yeah, yeah. I know
And
exactly who the guy you're
that,
talking about is.
yeah. And that comment, I think I brought it up last stream, but that comment basically outlines what I said. Like, people who are in that mindset will take these characters and
Mm-hmm.
their stories and align it with whatever idea that they think is correct.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they do fight for the rights of their own people, the mutants, but what they're really fighting for is the inclusion of
Mm-hmm.
them into just the overall
Yeah. Yeah.
system, not to not that they're better than anybody or that they deserve to be above these people because they're mutants.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they're fighting for the safety of these people because of the way they've been put down, and they just want to be accepted. That is, and the way that people twist that to fit their agenda
Is
or to fit,
crazy.
yeah, to fit this idea is just so much mental gymnastics. Like,
Oh
it's
my
not
god,
even,
dude. Yeah.
it's like, I I want to say they're thinking too hard, but
Well, it's
but
uh-huh.
it, I don't think it, like, does it take that much brain power to get to that point? I think
You know the
because
thing
that's just
is,
such a dumb take.
yeah, the thing is whenever I started getting those comments, I'm not one to shy away from a good debate, right? So I know exactly the guy that the comment that you're talking about, because I ended up responding back to him a couple of times. And one of the things that I kept telling him is that his comparison to Krakoa Island and the United States is not analogous, right? I kept telling him
Mm,
Krakoa Island was created by a discriminated minority group to protect themselves, right,
mm-hmm,
from the majority that is out there, right? To
mm,
protect themselves from persecution. And then I was like, where in the hell is America or Americans, the American majority, persecuted and discriminated against? And I kept saying, just because you have a nation who has specific borders to protect them from persecution doesn't mean that you can then make the analogy that, oh, because Krakoa did it, then of course the United States need to do it because the circumstances aren't the same, right? Like, yeah, I was telling him, like, your logic completely fails whenever you take into consideration the context of why Krakoa is the way it is and why America is the way it is.
mm-hmm,
If anything, we can make the argument that the majority of America are the ones who are the persecutors and the discriminators, not the ones being discriminated or persecuted against. I was like,
mm-hmm.
so I was like, your analogies is completely off base. You're equivocating insane things and trying to make a square fit into a round hole. I was like, and I told him, I was like, and the only reason you're doing it is because you just want to debate, right? He was a debate pervert, right? He always wanted to get the last word in, and he was hell bent on getting his perspective heard as opposed to logically following what he was saying. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and I ran into a lot of that. I ran into a lot of um, what were the other things that I constantly heard? Um, uh, Wolverine wouldn't fight. Wolverine would go after the bad guys and not Ice. So in their perspective, Ice aren't the bad guys,
That I read that one, which is crazy
which is crazy
because
again.
how are you living? How are you living right now and you're not hearing that they just murdered
Yeah,
like
two people
uh,
now. Well, three technically.
three
Yeah,
because they're
three
not
people.
talking about the third one,
Exactly.
which is insane.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look up his name because we need to say his name.
Yes. Yes. So we have Alex Preddy, Renee Good, and the third one is yes, there is a third one, unfortunately. Let's see here. I'll look it up myself.
Something Junior. Keith. Is it Keith? Why am I not finding this? This is crazy.
Let's see. We have ba-ba-ba. Oh man, that's not even counting all the people that have died in detainment within
Mm-hmm.
ICE.
Yep. That's
Because
not counting
there's,
them either.
yeah, there's a lot more.
Okay, I don't know why I'm not finding this dude's name.
Let's see here. I believe in the last. Most of the names that I'm finding are from people that have died in the detention centers.
Is it Keith Porter Jr.?
I believe so. It was a young
The
black
name?
man. He was like,
Yeah,
yeah, he was like somewhere around his 20s, I believe. But I can't think of.
which is what people are saying. They're not talking about him because
Yeah,
he's black. Yeah,
exactly.
which is crazy.
Yeah, yeah. The two white victims are more well known than him.
I mean, we should be talking about all of them. They were
Yes,
wrongfully
to say the least.
murdered
No, it's
He's
it's
a
in
very
it's insane, man.
yeah.
Because a good majority of the comments that I came across were people uh, believing that ICE were arresting murderers and rapists
It's so insane
and
because
yeah,
it's just it's easily you could easily find this information on the
and
internet.
their own records, no less. I mean, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken, I think they said somewhere around 70% of detainees, um, ICE detainees, don't have a criminal record unless you consider the misdemeanor of crossing a border to be jail worthy. I mean, what the hell? We normally don't jail misdemeanors. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's ridiculous. And yeah, I was running into all those comparisons. A lot of people just not understanding who Wolverine was, trying to make up a history of his, saying that just because he worked with the government, that means he must be some sort of bootlicker. And me having to explain that, no, in case you didn't know, whenever he worked as an assassin or he worked in the army, he was brainwashed at the time. So it's like Jesus Christ, guys, actually read a comic book every now and again, you know?
How is it yeah, exactly. How is it that you're missing this crucial bits of
I,
information?
I
Like,
yeah. I think
even if you had no idea about that part of his history,
mhm.
how could you watch any of the modern stuff and think, "Oh yeah, he
I think the
definitely
problem
be okay with that."
is I think the problem is that a the illustration went beyond just the fan group, right? And the moment it
Mm,
goes out to the general public, then you have the issue of battling what the general public knows, and the general public don't know very much,
know a lot.
right? Yeah, they
Yeah.
don't know a hell of a lot. And if they know anything about Wolverine, it's only what they see in the movies. Um, and I doubt most of them even watch the cartoons, right? I mean, they would know at least a little bit more about Wolverine if they watched the cartoons.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was crazy. Eventually, it got so far out there that people started changing the illustration with AI. So they started to change the ICE agent out with a Antifa protester with AI. So that's always, I mean, you got to know that you're on the losing end of the culture war if you're having to have a machine draw for you. You know what I mean? Um, and then I saw a number of accounts reposting my artwork and the exact verbiage of my original post, and then reposting it as their own, which was kind of crazy. I didn't
Wow.
really expect that. I didn't expect people just to straight up trying to steal the artwork.
I mean, I
Um,
think nowadays that's just
yeah.
kind of something yeah, you don't really think about it, but
Mm-hmm.
when you see it, you're like, "Oh, yeah, okay."
Yeah, you're
You
kind
know?
of like, oh, well then. And so what I ended up doing is that every time I would run across one, I would make a comment underneath there saying, "Thanks for showing artwork. Here's the links to here's the
Yeah.
link to the original
Me, the
post. Here's the
actual
link to our
creator.
link spree."
Yeah.
Trying to get
That's
some
good.
good out of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, otherwise it was on one. I think this was good testing ground, right? Because we are VTubers now, we are streamers now. We're gonna run into this kind of stuff in the future, right? Where people are gonna try to. We won't always get fans. We won't. Not everyone's gonna like us, obviously, right? You're always gonna
Mhm.
have people who either want to play the contrarian or they want to. I mean, hell, even underneath the comments, I had one guy trying to claim that I was a terrible artist and started posting his own art as a way to show that I was worse than he was, and and I was being nice about it. because because I wasn't criticizing his artwork, which I could have, but I didn't. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, man, it's a crazy it's a good training ground, right? Kind of kind of toughen our skin a little bit
Yeah.
for what could potentially happen in the future. But otherwise, I mean, in all honesty, I I I'm really happy that the illustration went as far as it did. I'm glad that it made all the right people angry, and it inspired other people. And I think this is the first time where I've experienced something like this, and it's awesome. And it kind of makes me want to make another illustration, but this time with Punisher. We'll see what happens in the future.
Oh
And
yeah, that'll be a crazy one for sure.
for sure, I already
There's a
have
lot of
something. I already have something that popped into my head that I was thinking about drawing. And it was kind of in my head. What I'm thinking of is making a also having a homage to the victims of ICE in it as well.
Mhm.
Kind of as a remembrance of them, but also as a big gigantic fuck you to ICE. Um, so we'll see if I do that. Um, I don't know. I don't. I ain't gonna lie. There's a part of me that's kind of happy I'm pissing off the people. These bootlickers, man. Let's see. What does
Mhm.
Mark say here? Um, Mark says, I'm a big fan of wrestling and AEW is my favorite company to watch right now. I mention this because in the main event of AEW Dynamite this past Wednesday, the whole crowd was chanting fuck ice for a hot minute. God, that's awesome,
Nice.
dude. That is awesome. I love seeing Americans exhibiting the spirit we were supposed to have from the get go, right? This spirit
Mhm.
of fuck authoritarians, fuck wannabe dictators, and fuck their secret police.
Mhm.
And in all honesty, I hope that I hope, right? Is a very slow moving machine, and it can also be a very um, anxious thing to witness, especially if you want them to get something done quickly, you know. And I can only hope that there's some sort of Nuremberg trials that happens after 2028. I already know 2026 is going to be an absolute bloodbath for Republicans. So we'll see what happens in 2028. We can only cross our fingers that some trials and people are going to be put in jail as
Mhm.
they probably need to be.
Like right now,
Like right now,
actually.
yeah. It's
It's
not gonna.
crazy.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen right now. I expect
It's
Trump to
yeah,
be pardoning people like crazy anytime now.
it's
Um,
not happening right now
no.
because a lot of people from both sides are caught in this crossfire.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they're trying to address it
Yeah, little by little.
quote properly, but
Y-
the only real proper way to address it is just by throwing them in jail.
you know,
Like, what are we
it's
doing?
tough. It's tough, man, because you know, in 2024, the opposition party was stripped of a lot of political power, and so right now, the only thing that Democrats can really do is kind of put on record what Republicans are doing and how Republicans are voting, right? Because whenever you don't have political power, you can't push forward any policy, you can't create any committees, you can't put anybody on trial, right? And right now the majority of the Republican Party is stiffly shoved up Trump's ass, right? So, you know, you're not going to get enough Republicans to turn on their golden calf, right? So,
Mhm.
until you have more opposition party in power in both the House and the Senate. They kind of have their hands tied behind their backs, and the only thing that they can really do is be like, "Oh well, we're releasing this letter saying that we condemn blah blah blah, and we don't like yada yada," right? And
Mhm.
people see that, and they're just kind of like, "Well, that's what are you doing? All you're doing is writing a letter. This is BS. This is you're not doing anything. You're not committing yourself to any kind of action or something to that degree. But what they are doing is that they're getting Republicans on record to say that, yeah, I did vote for this, and yeah, I do support Trump on this, and yeah, and it's just like a lawyer building a case in order to hammer somebody down with a conviction, right? You get them on record as saying horrific things, and eventually you can put them on trial and bring this record out to the public, right? And say, okay, now that we have power, we're persecuting, or trying to convict, so on, politician A, B, and C on these acts and these policies that they enabled, and we have record that they did it because of this letter that we sent out or this vote that we had. And right now, it frustrates anybody who's watching this because you're just like, I need something to happen, but that's the most that can happen for the time being. Now, that's not to say the
Mhm.
American public can't do more, and I'm not gonna sit here and condemn anything or condone anything. But I'm just saying the American people have a lot more power, and we outnumber ICE, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between out there. Always remember that. We outnumber them, all right? But that's all I'll say for the sake of not incriminating myself. So, yeah, politically, it's not satisfying. I get it. It frustrates me too. But also, according to Government 101, there's not much the minority party can do other than try to obstruct as much as possible. And even with things like budget obstruction becomes incredibly dodgy, because the moment you start taking money out of people's pockets is the moment they start hating you. So, you know, politics is not fun.
Mhm.
But remember folks, this coming up month, this coming up month, we do have primaries happening. This is going to be the opportune time, whether you're a Democrat or Republican, to get your preferred candidate into position to be voted on in the midterms, which is coming up this year in November. So make sure you're registered to vote. Make sure you read up on all the candidates and which ones you like. Make sure you get out to those voting booths, even if ICE is out there and they're trying to intimidate us, which is 100% illegal. And we should straight up say fuck you to their faces if they're at the polling places. Get into those booths and vote these motherfuckers out, right? That's what we should be
Mhm.
focusing on. But yeah, this was insane. It gives me ideas of what I want to do next. And yeah, yeah. Uh, Viva la resistance, folks. Do what you can and make your voice heard. Right? That's the best that we can do. Speaking of artists making their voices heard, I believe earlier this week you brought up about Comic Con banning the use of AI generation at their convention. Can you tell us a
Yeah.
little bit more about that?
I only saw it very briefly, but they have officially announced that they are banning any use of AI. So even the assisted use of it, like any use of AI generation whatsoever, is strictly prohibited. Um, So I'm thinking they're going to be doing more investigating as as more booth attendees start, putting in their applications and stuff because you have to put in like a portfolio.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um and some people do slide because there's so many applicants and whoever whatever team is supposed to be doing that type of quality control
Mm-hmm.
isn't able to do it initially because of how many applicants they have.
Oh
But
yeah, Artist Alley is gigantic at Comic
yeah,
Con.
I think what they are trying to do, even if that happens, right? If you are found out, because people have been found out at previous other conventions, what they
Mm-hmm.
do is they just kick them out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they're just like, yeah, no, you're not boothing because we did outline this in our terms and agreements when you
Mm-hmm.
purchased your booth. Um, how do I fix this? But yeah, I think if that happens, they may ban people from like from attending again.
Yeah.
Like,
I was taking a look at the San Diego Comic Con website, and this is what they have on there. They say material created by artificial intelligence, either partially or wholly, is not allowed in the art show. If there are any questions, the art show coordinator will be the sole judge of acceptability. Um, it looks as if even if you use AI partially, like for things like composition or anything to that degree, you're also eligible to be excluded from the art show and the creators and the creator alley, which is that's really interesting. I wonder how they would, like you said, keep track of all of that with all the insane amount of submissions. Um, but I mean, I love that they are sticking to their guns about this because in previous conventions they kind of let it slide, and it looks as if the cry of the art community has caused them to take this a lot more seriously.
mhm.
Especially since AI art has just become I wouldn't say it's become like commonplace, but it's being utilized more and more and more.
Yeah.
Not necessarily by companies, because there is a crap ton of companies who have been against any kind of using AI within their properties, but within the fan art world, it's been ridiculous.
Mm.
It always feels like you're walking through a field of landmines every time you're looking through artists on Instagram, or if you're looking at artists in threads or something to that degree, um, like it and the only thing you can say is that I'm happy that San Diego Comic Con, one of the biggest Comic Cons in the country, are just finally taking a stance against it.
Hmm.
Have you ever
They
been
may
to?
be.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I haven't been to Comic-Con. Uh,
Oh man.
I don't think I ever will
Uh
because
huh.
of how crazy the lines are.
They're
But I
insane.
think I think the way they might implement um that type of quality control is
Mm-hmm.
just by asking for like a speed paint. Like,
Oh.
can you provide, because any amount of these programs now
Mm-hmm.
already have like the capability to it already just starts recording your progress
Yeah,
when you
exactly.
start it.
I mean, that's how I
Yeah,
posted
so
my last speed paint is by the time lapse function on Clip Studio Paint.
yeah, so you know, it wouldn't be too hard to just be like, so can you provide this for us?
Yeah. Not
You
only
know?
that, like there's a ton of AI detection software out there now, especially
Oh.
for illustration and AI images. And if you're having to submit pieces for portfolio reviews just to get into the the creative alleys, the artist alleys, I mean, then they could be running their portfolios through AI detection software,
Okay, yeah, I
and that
forgot
would,
about those.
oh man, that would quickly oust any of those AI quote unquote artists trying to sell prints.
Mm-hmm.
Because fuck those guys. Seriously. I used to hate going to. I haven't been to a comic convention in a long time, unfortunately. And I hope to go to one or even an anime convention sometime soon.
Hmm.
Um, but I used to hate walking down artist alleys and seeing these booths that have like these 10-foot walls full of artwork, and you could tell that the artwork was artificially made, you know, or
Oh.
they were tracings, or you know, they were, I believe I've seen photographs from um, conventions from last year where they were showing a lot of these artists with these gigantic walls of art where all of the art was AI created. And
Yeah.
it's sickening, man. It's everything that's wrong with the art industry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My God. uh, yeah. I'm glad they're cracking down on it, and hopefully all the other Let's see. Mark says, "Is anime Matsuri still not great? I remember there was a ton of bad things about it a while ago." I don't know. I haven't been
Um,
keeping up with it. You know anything,
no,
Lily?
I was there last year.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't do. My little brother wanted to go to an anime convention last year, so I was like, sure, let's go to one. I didn't have enough time to look up another one to go to, so I was like, let's just go to Matsuri. It's not good. Um, as
Ooh.
for any of the like drama, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if there's more drama. Um, they just don't run their convention very well. Like,
Oh.
um, there aren't compelling guests to go to just because of all the backlash they've received in previous years. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
a lot of people are reluctant to go. Although they did have a really good band show up last year. I can't remember, but it was
Mm-hmm.
one of it was a Japanese band
Oh.
that's created a lot of music for several animes, one of them being Naruto.
Uh-huh.
They were there and I wanted to see them, but they were starting at 9 and I'm an old person, so
We ain't
um
young bucks no more.
yeah, but other than that, like
Mm-hmm.
um they're still disappointing because it is supposed to be one of the largest in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
It is
Comic
one of the
Palooza,
largest.
yeah, Comic Palooza is rivaling it. However, it is my understanding that Comic Palooza is more of a Western media
Yeah, it's more of a comic convention.
focused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does have a lot
Um,
of anime and manga, especially artists, right? Like there is no, I wouldn't say whenever it comes to like Artist Alley, there is a no one style dominates the other. Whenever you go to Comic Palooza, like you'll find plenty of anime artists along with Western artists or people who mix a bit of both. So, I say if you like anime, manga, or Western comics, Comic Palooza is a great convention to go to.
I would say go to Fan Expo, Dallas Fan Expo.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Fan Expo period is just a really fun, like that convention is probably my most favorite one to go to, just because
Mm-hmm.
it has every type of um fan base out there, like for
True.
movies,
True.
for anime, for comic books, for manga, for what is it? The TV it's not reality TV shows. Like Doctor Who was there 2
Yeah,
years
yeah. A
ago
lot
and
of the
stuff
a
like
lot of
that.
the pop culture TV shows.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go.
Mm-hmm.
Highly recommend. It is not super expensive. I
Mm-hmm.
think
I
if
would
it
like to
is,
go
I think
again.
it's
That'd be really cool.
definitely worth it. They have so many good guests that go there.
Yeah.
It's really
Yeah.
well organized. It's for being such a big convention, they have to be, you would think.
Mm-hmm.
And they are. So that's really cool. Highly recommend. Go to Dallas Fan Expo.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I've only worked Dallas Fan Expo once with it was with a number of friends of mine who created a publishing company called Stratum Comics. And I was a artist guest at their booth for one year, and
that's
it was
cool.
really fun. I didn't get to experience the con that much because I was drawing the entire time, but man, that it was fun to do. Like I would love to go back. Let's see. There, Mark says there is Animeverse happening in Houston next weekend. I have never heard of Animeverse. Me
Yeah, there's a
neither.
lot of new anime conventions popping up, I think to rival Matsuri. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
I
There
think
is.
just
There's a
checking
lot of
them
them.
out.
There was
Yeah,
even I heard that there was a anime convention that was happening up here in Conroe. I was surprised to hear. So they're popping up all over the place.
yeah, definitely check them out when you can, just to
Mm-hmm.
support them,
Yeah, for sure.
because the more that we support them, uh, the easier they get guests,
Yep.
the easier that they'll get bigger venues,
Mm-hmm.
all this kind of good stuff. So
Yeah, and while
definitely
you're
go
there, also keep an eye out for any of those so-called AI artists too. Be sure to call them out, man, because the
and
more
shame
we
them.
outs them, the less we'll see of them.
Yep.
Oh, and Doc
Let's
Ock
bring
is
back shame.
asking what I'm. Yeah, Doc Ock, I am drawing Spawn for Black History Month because he is one of my favorite Black comic book characters. I'm actually. I decided to draw a pose from the 90s or early 2000s Spawn movie. um, but yeah, yeah, I've been itching to go to a convention again, and I don't know, maybe we'll see about hosting a booth one of these years, and then
Yeah,
if
I've
we
thought
do,
about it.
yeah, if we do, I'll be sure to let all of you guys know, and hopefully everyone can come and see us live. Um, but yeah, yeah, the comic conventions. Yeah, I hope that is if San Diego Comic Con is doing it, I hope that continues to spread to all the other conventions out there.
Hmm.
Um, and like I
Oh, one
said,
last thing I'll say
uh
about
huh,
Fan Expo for Mark.
yep.
They had John Cena there last year.
Oh man,
Yeah.
oh dude, and that would have
Um,
been right before he retired too. Damn it.
yeah. Um, my my friend that I went with last year, um, we lined up to go for an autograph because they were sold out online.
Mm-hmm.
Or it was weird. They said that you could only buy the ticket in person.
Huh.
But when we went in person, they said it was sold out. So it was really confusing.
Oh,
But
that sucks.
yeah, it would have been cool because I was like, yeah, I don't like, I know who John Cena is. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
interested in going to like interact with him. But yeah, I'd probably look at him and be like, oh my gosh, you're John Cena, you know?
Right? How do you not get starstruck by something? You know what I mean?
Yeah, by anybody. Well, there's a few, obviously, there's a handful,
Yeah.
more than a handful of people that you'd look at and be like, I don't care about you. But
Yeah.
I think John Cena is one of those people. It's like, Yeah, you're cool.
Like I remember, let's see, whenever I went to San Diego Comic Con, I think this was like in 2011, somewhere around there. And around the time the Supergirl TV show was just coming out, right? And
Mhm.
so I didn't know too much about the actress that was playing her. I just knew that the live action TV series was going to be coming out soon. And I remember walking the San Diego Comic Con floor, and then her and her little entourage passing right in front of me. Now, mind you, I'm just walking around with a camera, just trying to film the crowd, you know? Because going to San Diego Comic Con is an experience, man. Like, don't get me wrong, lines are ridiculously long, but it's just the little things that you run across whenever you're on the floor, you know?
Yeah.
And so I'm like filming stuff, and my SO's right behind me. She's following me. And then, like, this actress passes right in front of us. And then one of the security guards looks at me. He's like, no filming. And I'm like, hey, man, I'm just trying to film a little bit of everything, right? But, like, I remember running into her on the floor. I ended up seeing, what's his name? Danny Putty from the Community out. He was doing some skits out on the floor that you could run into,
Oh,
like that kind of stuff.
that's
So
cool.
cool, man. It's like, and even though it's not like, oh man, I'm a super fan of these people, seeing them just makes you go, whoa, shit.
Yeah, like seeing them in person.
Yeah, it's
You're like, oh my
crazy,
gosh,
you
you're
know.
real.
Yeah, I
You're not
remember
on this little screen.
I remember going, and they were filming some stuff for G4 whenever that existed, way back when. And I was in the crowds in this lineup, and some of the G4 hosts were running down the aisle, high fiving everybody. It's just a super fun environment, man. It's one of the reasons why I want to go back. Just to be amongst our people. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
All
conventions
the
are so
nerds of the
fun.
world.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I loved going to conventions. I used to, I've been cosplaying a little bit more, but going
Mm-hmm.
to a convention in cosplay
Oh
is
my
like my
god.
favorite thing to do because people are like, "Oh my gosh, can I take a photo with you?" Like you're
Yeah.
the celebrity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Exactly.
That's a
Exactly.
that's a surreal moment in itself. But yeah, being amongst people who like the same thing as you
Mm-hmm.
feels really cool. Um, I don't know, if I weren't so super socially awkward and kind of scared of people, I think I'd like to talk to people more just because, yeah, we like the same thing. So
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
theoretically, we should get along.
Yeah.
So
Theoretically.
we should get along,
Oh,
right?
dude,
I don't
Mark
know.
ran into The Rock once at WrestleMania 17. Dude,
That's
Jesus
cool.
Christ. He
Was he
must have been
cool?
like meeting a mountain.
Was he nice?
I hope so.
You know
And
how they
Danny
say some people.
Trejo. Oh, dude, that would be awesome, dude. I remember whenever he was at Comapalooza. I think that was
He said hi to you guys. That's
that was
cool.
during my comic convention dark ages. I couldn't go to comic conventions for a little while. But I want to go back. I needs to go back.
Yeah, go.
Let's
Super
see.
fun.
So, other than AR artwork being at Comic Cons, we have another topic about AI that we got into a little bit after last week's stream, and that's
Oh yeah.
specifically Razor's AI companion or assistant. I think they call it a companion, which makes it a little weirder.
Like those little robot dogs that you could get,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But this
basically.
time it's in the form of either an anime girl or a Japanese idol. Why?
Or a guy. Just a
Oh
guy.
yeah, yeah. There's the one dude. What was his
That's
name
not
again?
an Asian guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Zayn?
It's a Western guy. Yeah, only the
Yeah.
women are allowed to be Asian, not the men,
Yeah. Which is weird.
which is
And
super
I'm allowed
weird,
to say
man.
that because I'm Asian. So
Exactly.
don't come at me.
So whenever Lily brought this to my attention after last week's stream, you had asked me like, "Hey, did you hear about this assistant?" And I ended up saying that I did hear that there was some prototypes for these AI or these avatar Alexas. Um, and the one that I knew about was the guy who had an AI hologram of Miku. Um, and that was the guy who had married Miku in Japan.
Hmm.
Um, so that was the first time I had
Okay.
heard about these AI holograms.
Hmm.
And then you brought up that Razer was coming out with their own version of it. So I ended up having to do some research homework on this because I didn't know too much about it. Um, Apparently, originally, whenever they came out with this AI assistant, what they first called it, this avatar was supposed to be able to observe your gaming and then give you an assessment of what you should do, and you can ask the assistant questions about better ways to optimize your game, right, or your
Mm.
gaming experience. And then slowly but surely, they began to make it creepy. And by that, I mean that AI pivoted into creating as they put it, bridge between create a bridge between virtual assistants and physical companionship by providing 24/7 digital partner that lives right alongside the user. Um, so yeah, they're trying to make this AI avatar a companion of yours, um, which is super weird. And Project Ava is what it was originally called. Um, Even started to have a flirty disposition about her, where she kind of flirts with the user. Um, and mind you, the avatars that are created for this AI companion is by, say, I believe the company is called Animation Inc., and they are the same company that created the Grok AI animated avatar. So if that gives you any idea of what you're dealing with here, there you go.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, one of the things that I wanted to look into, because whenever we were first talking about it, one of the things that we ended up bringing up was that it was a weird, um, yes, Mark, Grok does have an animated avatar, unfortunately.
That's weird.
Yes. Mainly because a lot of users, whenever the avatar first came out, found a way of getting her a nude skin. So yeah, yeah, that's the world we live in.
Of
Um,
course, as
but
it
yeah,
happens,
yeah, exactly.
unfortunately.
So whenever I was looking into it, or whenever we were first talking about it, one of the things that kept coming up was this weird fetishization of the avatar itself. That
Hmm.
whenever it came down to the female avatars, you either got your stereotypical waifu, or you got a Japanese idol, specifically the Japanese idol who's an office worker. She became viral a number of months back because she was a cute office worker, and you know take that as you will. Um, And then the guys that they had for avatars were more Western looking. You know, something that you would see out of a Uncharted video game,
Hmm.
or the other one that they recently added along with the office worker idol was who was it's a professional player, correct?
Oh, Faker.
Faker, yes. I'm not too familiar
Oh
with
my
him. What
god.
is he from?
He is popular in, I mean, he's in several esports. He's
Mm-hmm.
part of TSM, Team Solo Mid.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, they're a Korean team, and
Okay.
he is very popular in the League of Legends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in the League
Okay.
of Legends space. Yeah, he's really like, and I was telling Esso this when we were briefly discussing it. Like, um, I don't blame Faker. Like, go get your bag.
Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't
You're-
he? You know?
go get go get your bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get your
Um,
sponsors, man.
go like you aren't set enough for life already, but whatever, get more money.
Right?
But yeah, weirdly enough, the I mean, obviously the characters that they've made up are servicing a clientele. For for example, the male counterpart is like tan skinned, buff,
Mm-hmm.
has tattoos,
Yeah.
kind of looks like a rebel.
Yeah. He kind of
That's
reminds
kind.
me of like the main character to from Uncharted, honestly.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely fan service
Mm-hmm.
for the girls.
The
For
lady gamers out
the
there.
guys,
Mm-hmm.
it's a sheepish looking
Oh
Asian
God. Yeah.
woman. Like,
The stereotype.
it's
The
very weird.
it's a part of me was wondering. So whenever we were talking about it, and a part of me wondered, like, okay, where is the main customer base coming from for let's say like Razer products? So I ended up looking
Hmm.
it up, and a good majority of their customer base comes from the U.S. or Asia, Asian Pacific regions, right?
Okay.
Razer itself is a American slash Singapore company, or at the very least, uh, their headquarters is based in Singapore. So I don't know, man. Like, and it's because I can't speak to it. I don't know whether or not because I know that the American base, obviously, you know, whenever it comes to the stereotypical and quite frankly, sexist depiction of Asian women in media, Eastern media for the most part, the the stereotypes they usually abide by, right? But as far as like the Asian markets, is I'm assuming that since a lot of these stereotypes come from over there, is is it also properly marketed to that demographic as well? Like I don't know, man. It just feels it feels yucky.
Feels wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes the soul cringe a little, you know?
Like, I kind of wish they had, like, if they had to release this, I kind of wish that they had let you pick what the avatar looks like,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah, cuz the
Like,
default is definitely the waifu avatar, right? Um yeah. Yeah, or at the very least, I I don't because even whenever we were looking at the website, right? Like the spokesperson was this young Asian woman with glasses, you know what I mean? And
mhm,
it's just they know their base,
mhm.
and a part of me just wishes like they wouldn't have leaned into the sexuality of an AI right off the bat.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I understand that that's where most media will go towards, you know, like as soon as the introduction of androids enters, you know, popular culture, we can only assume exactly where this is going to lead to, because it's been predicted for God knows how long. If anybody has ever seen the movies Artificial Intelligence or watched Futurama or
For her,
yeah, or watched Her,
hers a hers a good one.
yeah,
Yeah.
Her is a very good one. Anybody who has seen any of these properties, they've predicted exactly where AI is gonna be tailored to, right? Because at the end of the day, sex sells. But even so, you don't have to lean so fucking heavy on these weird stereotypical depictions of Asian women and idols. You know what I mean?
You just didn't have to go with an Asian avatar.
Yeah,
Like
you
an
really
Asian
just
looking,
didn't
like an
have to.
Asian depicted avatar. That's what I'm saying. Like, obviously it's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
Uh huh.
You just needed to let your clientele base, whatever, just be able to customize the
Or or
the
just
AI.
or just start off basic, right? Like it
Or
doesn't
just
even
have
have
like a
to.
faceless AI. Why
Oh,
does it have to have
right. Or
a
why?
body?
The thing that worries me, not only the stereotypicalness of it all, right? But what worries me is that they're trying to create a 24/7 companion for gamers. Okay, so you know it's bad enough. It's bad enough that we have uh a demographic of gamers who usually aren't the most social butterflies in society, right?
Mhm.
And you know they're already, you know, you're already working with a demographic that's, you know, a little untrained. You know, not all gamers, obviously, not all gamers, but there's a large percentage out there, you know, where we're pushing them towards some sort of AI companion, with all the reports that we see within society lately of like AI psychosis and people having unfounded AI, or I'm sorry, people having AI relationships, and that's
Mhm.
with things like Chat GPT or Grok or Gemini. Much less if this thing had a fucking face attached to it and body. You know what I mean? Like there needs to
Mhm.
be hmm, there needs to be limits to this stuff. There needs to be regulation. There needs to be,
Yeah.
yeah, we're really not taking into consideration how this is gonna affect the human psyche, man. Like
Mhm.
this is all kinds of bad, and I don't know how it kind of reminds me of like the original introduction of the internet. We didn't really know how it was going to, how society was going to take it, right? And now we're deep enough into the age of information to kind of see where it's going to go, right? AI feels like that same Wild West unpredictable technology that's coming down the pipeline, led by, you know, capitalist billionaires who are just looking to make a buck and exploit people as much as possible, and they're trying to shove all this stuff, um, down our eye holes and into our brains, um, and now they're trying to, essentially create companions for us whenever I just don't think humanity's there yet. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a futurist and a technology, and I love technology as much as the next person. But I mean, humanity can barely deal with the internet right now, much less much less
Hmm.
something like this, you know?
Yeah.
And it's only a matter of time. I mean, I keep seeing like videos of like these robots that China's releasing, that Boston Dynamics releasing, how they're trying to make these robots more human-like. China specifically just got through releasing one that walks very convincingly, extremely convincingly. Yeah, yeah, Mark's right. Humanity can barely deal with humanity. um, and it's just I know societies, we anyone who's ever watched the Animatrix, eventually we're going to be pushed towards this direction, right? Towards direction of the line between human and computer interaction was going to get blurred a lot, right? But I guess I was just kind of hoping that whenever that line was blurred this much, that we would have some fail safes and some regulation in place, some safety bumpers in place to protect the more vulnerable.
Yeah.
And you know, I mean, I don't think this is definitely not going to help the quote unquote male loneliness epidemic. this is this is gonna make male and female relationships a lot more strained.
I think it's just definitely driving us towards extinction, if
Yes,
anything.
yes, I think that's ultimately what they want. That's what it feels
Not
like.
really as a male issue, but just a human issue,
Yeah, as a human
because
issue. Yeah.
you know, like women are using it as well, just
Mm-hmm.
because a number of things. But
Yeah, yeah. There's a
you know,
hey, like I said, the
um,
the the male female relationships out in the world right now is not the best.
yeah.
It's not
So
the
like
best, man.
I took some notes on um the AI problem
Mm-hmm.
because I did some research. Like, okay, what is the difference? I wanted to educate myself, and
Right.
um, with my new job, I'm just able to just look up a bunch of things now
Mm-hmm.
whenever I want to. So I've been doing some research on just a number of things, and this is one of them because, like, yeah, I've heard that AI is bad for the environment, but I wanted to educate myself on how and
Yeah.
why is that. Um, so obviously AI from 10 years ago to now is different in that it's just way more powerful than it has ever been.
Mm-hmm.
It uses way more energy than it's ever needed to just because of what we've been able to achieve with it.
Definitely.
Um, and AI right now can greatly help with, um, for one, mapping out environmental emergencies,
Mm-hmm.
something that humans just can't do. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and I've stated this before that if we had to go down this route of using AI in our society, which it's going to happen,
Oh, for sure.
um,
Yeah.
we should be using it for stuff like that to predict these environmental disasters because let's face it, the climate right now um on Earth isn't the same as it used to be
Mm-hmm.
just 10 years ago.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
it's becoming more unpredictable to humans just because, we
Yeah.
live such short lifespans. We don't know
Yeah. And
the
environmentally speaking, we're at critical mass. So,
yeah.
yeah.
So we would need a robot to help that could read these patterns,
Mm-hmm.
and factor in all of this um different factors like what humans are doing to affect the the ecosystem and the environment, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
We would need a robot's help to map that pattern. Um, so definitely something that it could be used for. It could be used in the medical field to help diagnose things way faster than it's ever been.
Oh yeah.
Humans just can't do that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um,
I've seen some AI used for cancer detection, which
mhm.
that's what we should be pointing this power at, right?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
We have to use it. We should be using it for good.
Exactly.
Um, you know, and the fact of the matter is AI right now is so powerful that it generates so much energy and it needs so much energy to use it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so we use a ton of water to help cool these data plants that help run AI. That's why we've been hearing like we've used more water um, than we've consumed in America on AI plants last
Mm-hmm.
year. I don't
Yeah.
know if you've heard that. That is actually that was actual data that was collected. That's insane
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because
Yeah, I've heard of that.
don't know if you guys know this, but we kind of need water to live. Um,
It's kind of important. And the worst
yeah.
part is that, a lot of reserves around the United States are getting lower and lower, and that should
Hmm.
worry a shit ton of people.
Yeah, it should. Um, I mean, that's the biggest thing, how it's
Mm-hmm.
affecting our environment right now. It generates so much heat that it requires so much water just to cool it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and are, these data plants are powering the AI that helps generate images. Um,
Unfortunately.
yeah, AI generation and large language models, LLMs,
Mm-hmm.
which is what is used to map out the patterns for the environment, this, that, the other. You know, it's
Right.
a double-edged sword, the use of AI. It's the same thing as people complaining about electric cars, saying, "Oh, they're no more environmentally sound than using a gas car
Mm-hmm.
because the manufacturing of these electric cars emits the same amounts of um I forgot the word.
Environmental
It
damage.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
emits the same amount of damage, gaseous or what have you,
Yeah, I
as a gas car would.
yeah, I've
So
got an
might as
EV.
well buy a gas car, right?
Yeah, I have an EV myself, and so I've had a number of discussions with family members about stuff like that, and they usually come with the, just like you said, the amount of environmental waste that's produced whenever you're trying to mine lithium for batteries is just as destructive as CEs, which are combustible engines, right? And
Mhm.
I've even looked into the research myself because I wanted to be sure before I had bought my car, and it ends up turn out that the net overall production of wasteful chemicals are offset by EVs, because with combustible engines it's a constant fueling, as opposed to EVs where the moment a battery is created it's good to last you for 15 to 20 years, and all you're doing is
Mm.
recharging it through the electrical grid that we already have available. Whereas with combustible engines, you're constantly having to refuel it and put those fumes into the environment, right? So
Mhm.
whenever I learned that, I was like, okay, well, EV's the way to go for me.
Yeah. And not to mention that gas is not a renewable resource.
Exactly. It's not renewable at
You
all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't recycle it. Once
Mm-hmm.
it's gone, and it
Yep.
takes years. Like the gas that we have right now is from the dinosaurs. Do you know
Oh
how
yeah.
old, how
Yeah.
long ago the
It's a
dinosaurs roamed the
finite
earth?
resource for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, you're picking, like, yeah, it doesn't solve the problem, but
Mm-hmm.
you're picking what's going to help out. the the
Yeah.
environment
At
more
the end of the
than the
day,
other.
everybody's choices come down to harm reduction, right? So
Yeah.
it's like you're not ever going to be able to find the perfect solution, but you can at least reduce the amount of harm that you do towards the environment. And this can also go towards political issues. It's all about harm reduction. No one's ever going to find the perfect answer.
Yeah. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's that famous old saying, it's about picking the lesser evil. And
Mm-hmm.
let's face it, guys, humans are the poison on this earth.
Yes,
We're
essentially.
we're the reason why
We
the environment
we
and
are
the
fucking this up.
ecosystem is, yeah,
Yeah,
we're the reason why the ozone layer is deteriorating, guys.
we
Like
we are essentially the cancerous tumor. there's
that's yeah.
there's no other way to look at it.
So it really is about picking what's the lesser evil.
Mm-hmm.
So, the article that I was reading um invites the reader to um considering these 5 recommendations that they have, or at least to
Mm-hmm.
society, whoever will listen to them. They recommend that countries establish standardized procedures of measuring environmental impact of AI,
Yeah.
um, which makes sense. Countries should, like what we've been saying for a while now, the governments that govern those countries should be putting regulations on AI use.
Oh, for sure. There
Um,
needs to be guardrails.
mhm. They should be they should be developing regulations that require companies to disclose direct environmental consequences.
Oh yeah.
Um, they shouldn't be asked; they should be reported.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as a general, like
There has to be
it's part of the deal.
transparency. Yeah, there
Yeah,
needs to be
exactly.
corporate transparency for sure.
hmm 3, tech companies make AI more efficient, reducing their demand for energy and recycling water and reusing components where feasible.
Mm-hmm.
Which, like you were saying, there needs to be a failsafe. Like we
Yeah.
need to be researching how we can effectively be using this technology if we have to be using it. And
Mm-hmm.
it's not a question of if anymore. We are using it.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
we should be looking into how to better effectively be using it so we don't all die.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, 4, countries encourage companies to green their data using renewable energy and offsetting carbon emissions.
Mm-hmm.
Again, 5, countries can weave their AI related policies into broader environmental regulations.
Yeah.
So, that's to say, like, I completely agree with all those. Bottom line is that governments need to be regulating AI use.
Yeah.
I think the only people who should be using any type of AI should be companies.
Yeah.
Um,
Or like, medical fields, governmental
Definitely.
fields,
Technical
things.
fields,
Yeah,
yeah,
any kind of human
scientific.
services.
hmm That is actually helping humanity.
Exactly. Exactly.
um, I think there should be a ban on generative AI in
Yes.
the artistic sense, in like it I've seen these AI generated videos of people who um have been trying to garner sympathy for the victims of ICE. And while that's, you know, they're good and well meaning,
Yeah.
that just feels ethically wrong. Like
Yeah.
you're using these people's faces
Their likeness.
to
Yeah.
make videos of them moving. And
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like that
Yeah.
just feels weird.
That that
Like
that's I've seen. So one time I was on a trial where a legal team decided to use AI to create a final statement from one of the victims within a case, right?
Mhm.
I know that the family was saying that, hey, this is this is healing from for us to see his last words, and it wasn't even last words that he wrote down. It was something like his wife wrote down, right?
Hmm.
But there's gotta be there's gotta be a limit. There's gotta be a, because what one family may feel is healing, another family could feel like salt being poured onto a wound. Like, because I know,
Yeah.
yeah, I know which AI video that you're talking about, because I think I saw it myself, and it was not only showing the victim, the ICE murder victims, but it was also showing some police brutality victims as well, going as far back as Trayvon Martin, right? Um,
George
and
Floyd was in it too.
yeah, George Floyd was in it. Michael Brown was in it. Um, and Brianna, uh, what's her name?
Taylor?
I think it's
Is that her
Brianna
name?
Taylor. Yeah, and it's like, yeah, I understand that it's coming from a good place in somebody's heart, but think about the families, and seeing their dead
Hmm.
loved one being reanimated. I
In
mean,
that way too.
yeah,
In their like in their final moments,
exactly. That's
basically.
just like, come on, man. Don't
It's just ethically wrong.
just,
It's like
yeah,
getting a
morally,
person to
morally,
act
it's just
out.
wrong.
It
Yeah,
it's like getting an actor to play the sorry, not character, play these people. Like,
yeah,
would you do that?
exactly.
I don't
Yeah,
think I'd do that.
you,
Like,
you you definitely wouldn't do it without the consent of the family. You know what I mean? And so it's,
that's the idea. You'd
mm-hmm,
have to ask permission first. Like, these people aren't even asking permission from the families,
to
the
even do it.
people directly connected to these people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Mark is absolutely right where he says, Mark says, I feel like the general public got AI way too soon. And I agree.
Mm.
Like right now unfortunately, we are a society of influencers and memes, right? And I don't think society at the moment has taken the personal responsibility for the things that they create out of jest. And so they create stuff like this, whether it be for laughs or if it be because it's coming out of the kindness of your heart. But one way or the other, I guess the best way of putting it, we're not mature enough yet.
Hmm.
As a society,
We're
we're
just
just not
not.
mature enough yet.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's pretty brutal. You know I agree that we need a lot of guardrails and transparency and fail safes whenever it comes to AI and its production. Um,
Hmm.
Unfortunately, I don't know. Maybe I'm a little bit too pessimistic. Maybe I've grown a little bit too cynical over the years. Um, Especially knowing that my issue is that the people who are spearheading AI are companies, right? Companies don't
Hmm.
do anything if not for profit. If they don't see an incentive, they don't care, right? The only way to strong arm a company is really through their wallets. Um, if you hurt their wallet, you change the things that they do. Um, but right now, AI is unfortunately too entertaining for the general public, right? Like I said, we're like children that's been given a lighter for the first time, and we keep flicking the flame on, and we're looking at the pretty little fire, and we're not thinking about the things that we can set on fire, right? We're too immature for AI right now, and companies
Hmm.
don't care because they're the lighter producers, right? And they're
Yeah.
making money. Governments ultimately have to do kind of what we were doing with carbon emissions in the automobile industry at first, right? With the carbon caps, making sure that companies get fined for, going outside of environmental rules, setting these environmental rules, and making sure that companies have to be transparent by law.
Mm.
That's the only way to get a company to make meaningful change is whenever you hurt them but in their wallets. Otherwise, if a
Yeah.
company doesn't see any kind of monetary gain or monetary incentive, they're not going to do anything about it. They're just going to keep going forward. So unfortunately, at the moment we have an administration who cares more about deregulation than they care about regulation. And
Hmm.
that's pretty much Republicans in general or conservatives in general, right? But yeah, I think society needs to look long and hard um, at the production of AI, and we need to grow up a little.
Hmm. Definitely. Just take
I
the toy away, guys.
yeah, it's
Take it
it's
away.
time it's time to take the lighter away. Like you're gonna hurt yourself. Give it to me.
We're
um,
already hurting ourselves.
exactly. You already set the carpet on fire a couple of times. We need to stop that from happening again. Um,
Yeah.
you know,
But like
let
you said, they won't stop it
no,
because they're
no.
making so much money from it.
Oh yeah, and because at the end of the day, I think earlier today I had seen this post that Trump made on Truth Social that was like some sort of AI generated video of the Obamas as monkeys.
Oh
Like
God.
that's where we are as a society right now. And it's
Hmm.
if our own fucking president that people
The
elected
president of the
into
United
office,
States people.
yes,
Yep.
that doesn't know how to properly, well, just be a good human being in general, but if they themselves are misusing AI in this way, then you know I mean, at the end of the day, he has too much to gain from uh, AI like technology, like with cryptocurrency, right? So he doesn't give two flying fucks about it. But
Hmm.
we need to humanity in our society as a whole needs to grow up just a little bit more. And hopefully we can implement these fail safes and guardrails and transparencies, and essentially strong arm these companies to just not think of profit first. You know what I mean? Like, I understand that these
Hmm.
companies have to make a buck, but if you're going to try and help humanity, then this is, oh yeah, like Mark said, especially that AI video of him in a jet dumping shit on protesters. Yeah, yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. Yeah, you got to hit these companies in the wallet. That's the only way of getting
Hmm.
change done. um and yeah, AI, man, it needs to be wrangled in a bit,
Hmm.
because otherwise, it's just gonna get out of control and it's gonna keep hurting the environment as a whole. But other than
Hmm.
that, we have hit the 9 o'clock hour. Let's see here. Let me change my. So I've been doing something a little bit different this stream. The images that people have been seeing are from the navigating window of Clip Studio Paint.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, it's a fun way of doing it. Like I enjoy. It took a little bit of technological workarounds, um, but it's been fun playing with the program. I've been having a lot of fun playing with this program, just messing around with
That's
it.
cool.
um, yeah, let me see here.
Your
Let me go
screen's
to.
not popping up though.
Yeah, I'm about to pull it up right now. I have to change a couple of things here on my side.
Hmm.
Let's see. Because using the navigating window, I have to like put it on my second monitor while drawing on my main monitor. So it's a little bit of a workaround, but I do like the way it looks at the end. Here we go. All right, so this is what I got so far. Whoops. There we go. See if I can center this a little bit. I'm just playing around with the G Pen feature.
Okay.
Yeah, the G Pen feature of the program. It's fun to mess around with. But I think I'm probably gonna be I'm definitely gonna be finishing the drawing um later on this week. It's weird that the pencils don't pop out that much. This is also
Do they on your
huh?
screen?
Yeah, I can see it on
Do
my
they?
screen perfectly. But it's like the I do have the opacity of the pencils down a little bit. But
Mhm.
it seems as if whenever I am using the tablet as a second screen, you can't see the pencils very well. I may have to use a darker or go a little bit higher on the opacity of the pencils.
Or you could pick like a color.
Yeah. Okay,
The
that helps
color.
just a little bit. No.
Just play around with it.
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna be playing around with it a bit more.
I mean, yeah, I don't know what it is, but my colors on my iPad look different than on the screen.
Yeah, yeah. It's like you kind of
So
have
I
to
don't know.
optimize the colors on both ends.
Yes. So I don't know which one's the real one.
True.
That's the scary part. Which one's?
But the colors look really good though. Did you add
Thank
like a
you.
texture to the pants? That looks really neat.
Yeah, so what um Urana does
Uh
is with
huh.
her coloring, she hatches it in. So
Ah,
I've been hatching it in everywhere.
nice.
Like, obviously, you'll see it with the pants because it's the closest thing to the viewer.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but yeah, I like that she has, sorry, they have that hatching around the clothes. Um, if you zoom in, um, to any part of the drawing. So,
That's
kind
awesome.
of wanted to emulate that.
I was thinking. So, with the next stream, we're gonna be doing a new art challenge. I really want to check out that anime.
Yeah,
Would you be up for doing another review?
yeah,
All
definitely
right.
do a review.
I think I'm gonna.
Um,
It gives me an excuse to watch a couple of episodes.
yeah, you should probably take the reins on it though, because
Mm-hmm.
I've already
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think the
You've
last
already watched
the
it.
last episode is
Mm-hmm.
the only one I haven't watched.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, of course I can tag in. Um, watch more than just the first two episodes.
Yeah, yeah. I'm
Definitely
gonna
go
try
into
and
it.
watch like I want to watch. I'll probably see. I'm gonna start watching it. Watching it this weekend, and then I want to try to get at least maybe 4 episodes, at least 2 hours of the anime in. I think I can come to a
Mm.
good, a good, a good. What's
Stopping
the
point.
not really style, but a good idea of what the anime is about. 2 hours into an anime, like a lot of times, I
Yeah,
usually
I
reserve
think
like
so.
my um my not what's the word I'm looking for? Not judgment of something, but like my feelings. We'll say feelings. My feelings towards an anime after like at least the first four episodes. If an anime takes more
Mm.
than 2 hours to catch my attention, that's pretty bad.
Too slow.
Right. But Yeah, I've really been wanting to watch it, and the more and more I see the art style that you're playing around with, and all the because whenever I released the VOD on Monday, I ended up posting more images from the um from I ended up posting more images from the manga actually on the VOD because we were talking about it a little bit. So anybody who doesn't know, if you ever get a chance to head over to our YouTube channel, the VODs from the streams are posted on there, and then what I do is I edit the VODs to include visual cues and representations of the things that we're talking about. So if you get a chance, head over there, check it out. It makes the stream that much more entertaining. Entertaining. If you have ADHD like I do, your attention gets to focus on a number of different things than just our drawings. um, but yeah. So I was posting up more artwork from the manga, and I was like, dude, this looks cool as hell. Now, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
From what I'm hearing, though, it's best to watch it dubbed than subbed. Is that correct?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I don't know because
because
I've only ever watched it in
what I'm hearing is that the dubbed
it's
version, they
subbed.
actually they capture the urban feel of the manga a little bit better, and that's only
Hmm.
from what I'm hearing, like with the rap sequences and stuff like that, right? Because I mean, it's the difference between trying to hear a Japanese man rap and then actually hearing somebody who's ethnically closer
Yeah, I mean,
to rap music,
uh, I think I think uh, I would argue to say many of the characters in Gachiakuta are more closely aligned with like a more American
Yeah, that's what I keep hearing as
type of
well. Like,
characteristic. A lot of
yeah,
them are black.
yeah,
So,
exactly. That's what I keep seeing as
yeah.
well, and it's like that's why I keep, or from what I keep reading is that the dubbed really does a good job of translating that kind of urban feel that the manga has. So if that's the case, yeah,
Mm.
I'm down for
Mm.
watching the dubbed. Mark says that he watched the dubbed, so yeah, I want to check that out. I want to see how it is. Um, but yeah,
Okay.
I'll get 4 or more episodes in, and probably more, because like next week I'm gonna be out of town. Um, we're still gonna be able to do the stream, which is good, because I'm gonna be taking my laptop and stuff with me. But I'm gonna be
Okay.
locked away in a hotel room for about a week and a half, so I'm gonna have time to watch anime. So
Nice.
that is what I will be doing. Um, other than
Sounds
that,
good.
yeah, feel free to sign us out.
All right. Um, that'll end it for this stream today, guys. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget you can check out Esso at his pages at Esso Art Studio on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Please go check him out, give him a follow. He'll be posting his drawing next week, completed.
Yeah. I'll probably be posting it on Wednesday.
Okay, so go ahead and like that whenever that comes out. Um, check me out at Lily Lilac Draws on Instagram, Threads, Tumblr, TikTok. I'll be posting this one up soon. Um, and the speed paint as well.
Nice.
Hopefully I'll get a background in as well. Um, but yeah, it's always a pleasure to see you guys and unwind together and talk about the things that have inspired this week and also angered us this week. We'll see you next time, and remember, stay creative.
Peace, y'all.
Bye.